Alright guys, welcome to this class, how to design your 3D logo using your mobile phone. Actually, you can design a wonderful 3D logo using your mobile phone. 3D logos like this. Let me show you an instance from my drive. Once I was able to design, I'll give you an instance from this. Okay, you can actually design something like this, something like this, something like this. I did all of this using my mobile phone. All right, so I'm going to be teaching you on this class how to design wonderful and amazing 3D logos that are as wonderful and as beautiful as this, and you can actually start making money at the end of this class, because a lot of people out there are looking for this kind of services. And I'm telling you, if you are serious, if you're going to follow every step we're going to teach you in this class, you can make as high as 40,000 naira on a monthly basis designing this logo. And I'm telling you, how much you're able to earn depends on how much you're able to learn from us. All right, so this is actually a proven skill you can learn to scale up your income this season. So I'm so excited to bring to you this very wonderful course. I'm Mark Anthony Madeke, and I'm glad to be your host. This is pixelab Academy. See, all right, guys. Having said all of that, let's quickly dive into what we have. All right. Okay, but before we do that, quickly subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notify me bell so that you get notifications on new videos that are coming up. Of course, trust me, I have lots and lots of videos that I'm willing to share with you guys. So just hit the subscribe button and let's get started. All right. Okay. For this course, we'll be needing an app I call pixelab. Yeah, it's an app. It's a very wonderful app, very easy to use. So you can go ahead and download that from your Play Store. Go ahead and download that. I already have that on my phone, so that's why it's written like this. But for you, you might not have it, so you can just go ahead and install it. And once you install it, you can open it like this. This is how it works. So in this class, in this section, I'm going to just be teaching you. I'm going to be getting you familiar with this interface. All right, so that in the next time we start a project, I'm going to get you familiar with this interface so that you actually get to know what all these options are for, what all these buttons are for, so that you can use them effectively. I wonder how this is a powerful app that you can actually use to get an amazing result using the alone. All right, okay, let's quickly dive into what we have. All right, once you open your pixelab, you will notice an interface like this. That's how it comes. This is the default state. It's just like this, and I can assure you by the end of this class you get to know what all of these buttons, all of these tools are used for. All right, okay, so let's quickly do this. You first of all, let me delete this so that we teach you. Okay, let's start from the top. If you look at the top of this interface, you can actually see a plus sign at the top. A plus sign. So what's the plus sign used for? Let's click it. One, it can be used to add text, like the one we deleted. Actually, okay, see that's tests. You see it? You can actually use it to add current dates, like you want to have your dates in your design. Okay, so that is, so whenever you're designing and you want to add text, maybe you're designing a logo for any kind of brand, and maybe it's a text logo, or maybe you want to add numbers, or you want to add description of that, so you can actually go ahead and use this text button. Or you want to add a date, you can actually go ahead and use this current date button. And then thirdly, the sticker. If you want to add sticker to it, like emojis and all that, you can go ahead and add stickers using this sticker option. Look at it, go down, you can choose your stickers like I'm doing right now. Whatever it is, you can choose them. You can choose your emojis. All right, so that's it for it. Then on the fourth options, you can equally add images from your gallery. For instance, I have this, I want to add image. I can actually add image. I can equally add image from my gallery. For instance, this. All right, I can add image from my gallery using this. All right, So that's it for the option. Then if I want to draw, I don't want to add image, I want to draw something, I can actually use this option, this draw option, and I can draw whatever it is, I can draw. So that's it for this, and I can actually change the colors of my drawing. This red, this blue, and there are too many options in this place. Too many color options that I can actually use. I can actually increase the size of my pen. You see that? Increase the smoothness. You see that? I can actually do a whole lot of things using this. So that's it for this. Then okay, we have exhausted this option. Then this second option, this is the save option. All right, you can actually have we have actually two ways you can save files using this pixelab. One is to save as a project, and two is to save as an image. If you want to save as a project, that means you want to save the work you are doing so that you can come back to it again and edit it over and over and over again. But if you are saving as an image, that means your work is done. You want to just export it, and you export it to either JPEG file or PNG file. But for logo, you usually use your PNG file so that you can actually import your logo to some other different backgrounds and be able to use them for designs. But usually, if you're designing for a client, it's required, it's a standard practice that you can just give them the PNG format and the JPEG format. So this option allows you to do that. You can just click on here, this save as image. You see that, see format option. You can click on this drop down menu and you see that, see PNG, no transparency, then JPEG. PNG is transparent, then JPEG is non-transparent. So the JPEG means the image that has a background. Then PNG means an image that does not have a background. It's very perfect when you're designing the logo. You know all of these things. All right. So we are moving to the third option, which is the share button. All right. The share button is if you want to share after design, you want to share it to any of your social media handles, maybe your Facebook, your Twitter, your WhatsApp, and all of that. You use the share button to do all of that. I believe everybody knows that. Then you want to add quotes. You know, pixelab has a pre-installed quotes for you. That's the third option. All right, like this. You can actually insert any of these quotes. Okay, let's, for instance, this, you can actually insert it and change the colors and edit this text. Maybe try to change one or two things about this text and it becomes a quote. You can actually post that on your Facebook page or something else. So it has pre-installed quotes for you. So that's it for that. Then the third option, fifth options, that is the dotted zeros or something. These dots, these three dots up. All right, so let's click on that and see what it has. You see that it has a lot of options. So in this place, you can actually use image from gallery. That means you want to import image. You want to import image from a gallery, but the image you're importing is for this background. You want to import image from here to do anything. For instance, I want to import. Okay, sorry. You want to import image. This is the image I want to import. You see that the background has changed. All right, the background has changed to import image. This is for full screen. The second one for full screen, you want to have a full screen. For instance, look at what we have. It's filled already. There is no longer options. You have a full screen. So maybe when you're designing and you want to get a feel of what it looks like after design, you can just use that option. Then the third one is you want to use camera to import image. Maybe you want to take live pictures and use that for your stuff. You can do that. Then now is you want to the second one will be the last. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth one is import image. The import image, you can actually use that to import not import, it's export image. All right, export image. I'm sorry. You can actually export image. Maybe you have finished your design. You can actually use the save as button. That's the one we discussed earlier. Or you can actually use the export image. So if you want to export the image, that means you have maybe designed, you've finished your design, you've done all of that, and you now want to export it. So you can export it as either JPEG file or PNG file. So the next one is the image size. You want to resize your image, you want to resize the background image and all of that. You can actually use that option. All right, the next one is contact us / report bug. Maybe you're having any issue with this app, it's giving you error when you're running it or something. You can actually report it using that button, using that option. Then the tutorials, you want to learn more about pixelab, you want to learn how to do some other beautiful designs. You can actually go on to check out these tutorials. It's very insightful. Then you want to remove ads, that means you want to pay. You don't want to remove, you don't want to be seeing ads, especially when you have your internet on. But the way I do it, if I don't want to see ads, I'll just turn off my network, and that's it. My data, I won't be seeing ads. And usually the ads will be coming when you want to export, when you want to, it doesn't really disturb your work, right? So, but if you want to remove them, you're going to be paying them, I think, 1,000 plus, right? Then you want to recover autosave. Maybe you are designing something and couldn't save it before you exited this stuff, and you entered again and you want to get back your work. You can actually use this option. Then the next one is open.plp file. This is a file, I said in the other save option, when I was explaining the save option, that you can actually save as a project and you can actually save as an image. So if you saved as a project, it is actually in .plp file, which is pixelab file. All right, pixelab file, sorry. All right, so you can actually open previously edited or your previous work. You can actually open them using this option. All right, the next one is about us. You can actually learn more about pixelab. Then you can exit this whole app. All right, so that's it for it. Then the second line of the two options and all that, you have the one that has a pen. So this one is for test. You want to add test too. You want to copy test. For instance, this is the test. This test that is here. Let me highlight it so that it will be bigger. This test. All right, you can actually double click it and it shows. All right, or you can actually use here. Maybe you want to edit it, you want to add something, you want to add text to it. Then the second one is this. You want to duplicate it. As you can see, it has been duplicated. All right, you want to resize it. See that? All right, you want to just, so it's a quick edit, test editor. It's a quick test editor. You want to change the color. All right, you want the color of the test. Whatever you are doing in this place, you are working on the test. Even though there is a more advanced option that we're going to talk more about later. You want to rotate it. Use this. All right, you rotate your test. As you can see, this one is rotating. All right, you want to rotate it. You want to rotate this, you can rotate it. You see that? So whatever you are doing on this option, you are doing just for the test. And as you can see, this one is just working. This one is not moving because I highlighted just this down one. That's why I'm editing it. So whatever I do on this page is working just here. All right, so here is, I want to put it to the back. This option, I want to take it to the back, and let me give you an example. This is it. I want to take it to the back. All right, so this works maybe when you have a shape here and you have a test and you want the test to come front and the shape goes back. You can actually use this option, go to the back, send to the back, or send to the front. These two options down there, but we'll explain that much later. Then this is for the delete. The second one is for the delete. You want to delete your page, to use this delete, confirm delete selection. Okay, is deleted. All right, so this option comes up whenever you highlight tests. You understand? But when it's not highlighted, it goes off. Then this is the redo button. This arrow that is faced back. Whenever you did something and you no longer like it, you want to edit it, you want to change it, you can redo it. Or whenever you mistakenly remove your work, you can actually use this redo button to redo whatever you did. The next one is the zoom option. You can actually use this to zoom this out, zoom it out, or zoom it in, whatever you want to do with it. Then this is the line option. You can actually use this to align your text. Maybe you have a problem with aligning it, you want the text to be from here to here. You can actually use this to set it and make it to be in a very good shape. You can actually edit these lines, alright, by clicking this down. Just look at this place, clicking this down, changing it from here, okay, adjusting it. This is basically used whenever you want to make sure that the lines are straight and all that. Maybe your stuffs are straight, though you get to know more when we continue. Alright, so that's it for this. Alright, you want to remove it, you click it again, it's off. Then the last one at the top menu is where you used to do a lot of editing. You can actually decide to lock this test. For instance, I've highlighted this test and I want to lock it so that it doesn't move, so that maybe when I'm designing something and I've placed this test this place and I don't want it to move, even when I'm designing some other things. Sometimes you will design it and you won't know when you mistakenly shift something that you have positioned very well. So in order to avoid that, you can actually lock it. So no matter what you do to this place, for instance, look at this, I've locked it, so I can no longer highlight it, I can no longer edit this test. But if you open it, I can now move it. So it's actually used to lock your test. Then this, you can actually use it to edit the test, just like the one we have, the options I showed you formerly. Then you can actually use this delete to delete it, or you can actually hide this. Maybe you are doing something but it looks like this thing is disturbing you. It's a long test but you just want to have a plain ground. Alright, you can actually make it invisible so that you design whatever you are designing. After designing, you now make it visible again. For instance, this it, as you can see, the test is no longer showing. See that the test is no longer showing. Now let me click on it again. You see that the test is now showing. You see that the test is now showing. Let me click on it again. The test is no longer showing, but it is there. I can do whatever I like, and after doing that, I can now do visible, and it's visible. Alright, so that's it for this. So I'm going to be teaching you some other things to it, but I believe this will help you a lot. Then let's come down to this place very quickly. I don't want this video to be so long and boring, so let me just quickly run you through this, but I just want to make sure that you get familiar with all of this. All right, okay, now the first option, two option here, is a circle up to 3 times. This for the background. All right, look at it. So this is the art. Look at it, first background. So you can actually change the background here. Remember, this is not the only place you can do it. This is the pre-installed backgrounds that you have. I usually don't use any of this. I usually go with this first one, and maybe after working on my stuff, I will now change my own preferred background. So this is it for you. Then the second option down here in the bottom part of it is the A option. This is to edit your text. Alright, whenever you've written something here and you want to edit it, it gives you a more advanced option. Like you can see, this one has just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at this top. Look at the top here. It has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 options to edit this text. But right here, down here, you have a lot of options. So it's an expanded options, you understand, on how to edit text. But mind you, whatever you do on this option, it's only affecting the text. So if you have a shape here, it's not affecting it. If you have any other, if you have your sticker here, it's not affecting the editing. So whenever you are clicking here, it means you are editing the text. So you can expand it, edit here. You can delete this text. You can copy this text. You can put it to the front or to the back. This works well when you have a shape. Let me give you an instance. When you have a shape like this, alright, and this is, let me change it to black. Alright, you see that this text is at the back of it, but I really needed it to come to the front. so that it will be very nice. Right, so now I have to go to the test edit. I've highlighted the test, go to this A option, and now go to this, to the front, to the back. Look at, to the front, look at, to the back. So if I click to the front, it comes up. If I click to the back, it goes down. So that's how it works. All right, so let me just delete it. We'll still come to that. So we are still talking about this option. All right, so this one is the next option is position. We want to position your tests. You understand? You can use this, any of this, to go front, to go back. Just look at me. Just look at this bottom. See these arrows pointing forward, backward, upward. I want to make it go upward. I want to make it go backward. You can as well increase the way it moves. You know, it's moving slow now, but now watch. I've increased it. See, so it's moving faster now. Now let me reduce the way it moves. It's moving slower now. It's moving actually, but you won't notice it. But now let me increase the speed of its movement. You see that? You see that? You see that? So that's what it does. That's what it does. That's what it does. So the positioning, relative position, you can center this. For instance, I want to put it at the center. I can press this up. It comes to the center. Then it comes to the center. All right. I can use these two up and down arrows and position it to the center. I can position it to the left, position it to the right, position it to the front, to the top, to the bottom, or to the center. All right. So that's it for the positioning. Test, I can use it to edit tests, increase the test size, and all of that. Then padding, I can use it to create space to it. You see the left padding, if you're giving chance to it. You see the right padding, you see everything. Alright, so that's it for the padding. Then for the colors, I can actually change colors. I have a lot of colors I can change. I can actually change two or one of the colors, you know. Let's say, okay, you see that. I can change that and all of that beautiful option. Now this texture, you can actually change the texture of this. Maybe you don't have any color that is there, you want to give it a nice, a more beautiful texture, maybe a golden texture. You can go to this place. For instance, this is it. Right? Wow, this is looking good, right? So you can actually do all of that using this, right? So okay, let's keep going with this. Opacity, you understand this opacity very soon because I can't really explain it here using the tests. All right, okay. Then rotate, you want to rotate this 360 whatever angle. All right, mask, though we'll not be using this option a lot, but it's for those that are creative. You can actually create something whenever you are doing logo. All right, so it's a very powerful tool. Then the fonts, you can actually change fonts for this particular stuff. You can imagine it's looking more beautiful now. Wow. All right, so that's it. Then you can change the bold, you can make it italics and make it underlined, you can make it bold, just bold and all that. So you see that, that's it here. Then curve, you can curve this text to go like this, to go like this, to go like this, to go like this. So you can actually manipulate that using that. You can actually put a background to it, enable, you see the background. All right, you can actually put text, you can actually put a line to it, but this align works whenever you have more than 2 or 3 lines. For instance, let me give you an instance. Okay, let me give you an instance. All right, okay, you see that? So this will work now, this align, you know, you can actually put it this way. You see that, the first one, see the second one, see the third one. So it works like this. And if I want to adjust it, I want to make it in a straight line. You see that? So this is how it works. But for if you're editing just one line tests, it's not going to work. You might not see it work. The option is activated, but it can only be seen when it is more than one line. All right, let's quickly complete this. You want to space your stuff, space it. So this is the option. You want to space line, space it. But you will see it when you have like 2 line options. You understand? For instance, this this. Okay, line spacing, you see that, then line. Okay, you see that. So that's it for it. Then strokes, you want to add stroke to it. You see that black effect, that line effect. So you can actually change the colors, increase it, and all of that. The shadow, the inner shadow, you can actually put a shadow to it. You see those lines coming down there, you can actually change the colors and all that. So there are the shadows. The emboss is usually used for the 3D effect. You can imagine, see that it has already changed it to a 3D effect. Wow, I'm so excited about this app. It's a very wonderful app. If you know how to use it, you will enjoy it so well. All right. So let me just go on through. I think we have few options to go. Right now, the 3D rotate option, you can actually rotate it 3D, rotate it. All right. So we get to all of that. You see how it works. Then the shadow, you can give it a 3D shadow. You see that it comes out beautiful and all of that. We'll come to that. The reflection, you want to give it a reflection. You see that it starts reflecting. So I think that is it for the text edit. Then let's quickly rush over to the shape edits, this second one. Right, so like I said, whatever you are doing in this text edits, this capital A icon, all right, you are doing it, it's going to be affecting the, what's it called, this stuff, the text. All right, but when you want to edit the shape, you have to go to this place, this second option. All right, that is when so you can easily add shape. Look at the shape option. I can easily add shape to it. Maybe change it 0 this. Okay, so that is when whatever I'm doing here will now work here. So if I go to this A option and I'm repositioning it, it won't work. You understand? If I go to this relative option, if I do all of these things, it won't work. So the options are the same. The only thing is this: the editing works here for the shape, then for the text it works at this A. So it has almost the same thing. You have the delete, you have the editing shape. You can actually edit it from here, put the one you want and all of that. There are a lot of shapes there. All right, then you can you can edit a lot. Then you can actually, the opacity, you see that. Okay, let me show you. See that? See the stroke? I want to show you what the opacity does. Okay, you see. So it makes it invisible. Why you are seeing this circle now is because I added stroke to it. You see that? I added stroke to it. So it's looking, so whenever you want to get a circle like this that doesn't have a fill option, that is not filled in the inside, so you can simply add the stroke, and reduce the opacity, take the opacity out completely. All right, so that's it for this opacity and all of that. So you can use this option. You can crop it, you can crop your shape, you can copy your shape, that is duplicate it, you can add it to the front, you can add it to the back, you can position it, whatever is the same option, is the same thing it does. You understand? You can add the color, you can change the texture the way we changed this text texture. You can actually do the opacity here, that if you didn't do it in that first place, you can actually erase color. If you don't like the color, you can actually erase the color, but this shape does not have any color, that's why it's not erasing. You can actually do the shaping, erase color here. You see that there is no color here, but if you had stroke, you will still just the stroke. So you are going to be seeing all of that in a few minutes now. So guys, I think that's all we need to know about this app. Next video we're going to be talking about, I think I'm taking enough of time, so in our next video we're going to be jumping into practicals on how you can design a logo. We are going to be designing a logo at the end of our next class, so please stick to this video, stick to our next class, and know when we are launching the next one. So it's going to be very powerful. Okay, sorry, There's this option I've not explored. I think this one. All right, but this is for the background. This edit is for the background. You want to change the color of the background. You see that? And so you want to make it transparent. Maybe after designing, you don't want to have a background to it. You just click this, it goes. All right, you want to resize the background size. You want to import image for the background or something. You want to change the background. You want to import the image from the gallery. You see that? You want to take pictures for the background and all of that. So that's what it does. So this one is just, well, you won't be needing much of this. Alright, you won't be needing that a lot. But this is just a kind of editing the image. Maybe you want to add some effects to it, some effects which will be so necessary. You understand? It won't be so necessary. Alright, so don't worry. Though you can, if you wish, you can explore all of these options in your designs. It depends on your creativity and all of that. But I'm telling you, what I just explained to you is all that you need to design beautiful logo. All right. Okay. See you in our next class. Remember, don't forget, I'm still your host, Mark Anthony Madieke. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notify me bell for more information and updates on too many things, especially design, web design, and content creation and all of that. All right, see you in our next video. Thank you.